China CEO Xi Jinping has vowed how his nation will not evolve at the charge of some nations, in a speaking labeling 40-year with China entered main economical reforms. Yet, he as well told how the world superstate would not be said which to do by nobody. Deceased lead Deng Xiaoping's campaigning of reformation and discovery began for persons many decades back. The resultant increase has done China the other largest economics in the planet. Hundreds of millions of human beings been raised out of poverty reduction, but in latter year China has struggled in installation obligation and retarding economical increase. Mr. Xi told in spite his nation's economical artistic achievements, China would never search world supremacy and as well allocated its contributions to a share next for humanity. He did not refer the present trading controversy in the joint state. Critics as well say how time China is helped to construct lot-needed infrastructure facilities through Asia and Africa, it is saddling countries in billions in obligation in a bid to profit strategy impact. Mr. Xi consumable lot of his long speaking list examples of China's advance above the history many decades, praise them as epical artistic achievements, how excited sky and land. He told how taking into account its successful, not one is in a stance to dictatorship to the China human beings which should or should not be made. At the identical period, he tense which he outlined as China efforts to job to the more world nice, proverb Beijing was a activator of planet world, a protector of world procedure and keeping a guideline part in behavior in environment changing. China's economical reformation was initiated by later lead Deng Xiaoping in 1978 and the program was ratified on December 18 how year. The Reformation way rotated the nation off of the ancient-style communism of Mao Zedong while collectivization had led to an poor and ineffective economics. The conversion focused on agriculture reformation, individual segment liberalization, production modernization and discovery to world trading. Xi Jinping outlined the reforms as a breakdown of the fetter of early mistakes. He told the recent 40-year had been a quantized jump for socialism in China characteristics, drive China's large rejuvenating in contemporary times. The China CEO done no straight refer of the present trading controversy in the US but tense his nation's deposit to economical globalization and world procedure. In October, U.S. defect President Mike Pence charged China of a lot of illiberal economical policies, proverb how time Beijing yet pays lip facility to reformation and discovery, Deng Xiaoping's renowned politics now rings empty. In spite the economical reforms, the history many decades include not driven changing to China's hard A-party framework of communistic guideline. China's CEO gave his speaking on Tuesday in the large room of the human beings in Beijing's Tiananmen box, wherever telephone call for policy reforms were savagely crushed by the war in 1989. Xi Jinping is wide seen as China's largest powerful lead with Mao Zedong. In 2017, he cemented his force, enshrining his policy view in the Basic Law. In his address, Mr. Xi repeated his faith in enhancing the side management and praised Beijing's crackdown on corrupt practices. Critics say the guideline of Xi Jinping has been noted by an always intensifying crackdown on policy disagreement and any groups how the communistic side sees as a risk to its credibility, such as informal believer churches and labor activists.